People, deluded. If you're not going to take anything away from my videos, people, make sure you download the OneFootball app. It's a terrific application developed by the guys over at the OneFootball Network. Make sure you visit my description for more of that. If you don't want to do that, go on the OneFootball Network website. It's a terrific application, people. I can't just say that enough, and I'm not just saying that for the sake of it. Why I like it? It allows me to stay on top of every bit of information there is in regards to football. It doesn't matter if it's transfer speculation, results, fixtures, manager talking points, player talking points. They have everything covered, and the sheer velocity and in-depth of some of the content, you can't put a price on it, people. The one big feature I like out of everything, when it comes to transfers, they've got it on top. They tell you exactly where the rumour or the information was first brought out, more or less. And it tells you how the strength of the rumour. And it also tells you what that could mean for the team moving forward with fellow supporting articles. It is the #1 application for the general football fan. And in fact, not even the general football fan, the honest football fan. The fan that really loves football. If you really love football, you'll download the OneFootball app, people. Because for me, it is the best on the market. Like I said, link is in the description. Visit their website. Link is in the description. Link is in the description. Link is in the description. People, I don't want you lot to do yourself a disservice, and you lot are the real followers because you follow me. Make sure you download the OneFootball app. People, deluded. I'm out. People, deluded. Fridays equals Q&A day. On my life, people, I've said it again, I don't think I can say people without thinking about it now. Like, one love for the support, but you lot make me so conscious, or have made me so conscious of that word, people. It's almost funny. I see why you lot run with it. But anyways, Fridays equals Q&A days, and I must admit, I'm in good spirits on this Thursday evening. Apologies, people. Pepe's been officially signed. Forgive me, people, because obviously when you see this, you would have seen that by now. Or I hope you go and watch that. But right now, I ain't actually released that because I'm busy doing the Q&A. And obviously, I was coming home. But thank you very much for the questions. We've signed Nicolas Pepe. I'm gassed. I'm happy, people. Let's get Kieran Tierney over the line. Man, maybe it is a case for Zaha. If Zaha comes, we've probably overtipped the balance in terms of these options. But the way I feel, go and bring him, man. On a more serious note, people, I'm rambling too much. Let's carry on with the Q&A. That's a weird question. Well, a unique question, better yet, to start this off. DNM9 asks is, what puts you off girls? Because I know certain people watch this thing, I'm not going to say certain things. But I'd say just mindset, more or less. Mindset. If your mindset's not good, if you don't have goals, if man or woman, if you ain't got goals in life, you're not going to get anywhere. But females, if your mindset's not there in terms of you're ambitious, you want to better your life in whatever job you have or whatever, that's a real turn off for me. It's going to sound silly, but I don't like red nails. Like, how can I not like red nails as an Arsenal fan? Like, the colour red doesn't bug me, but a pet peeve of mine's red nails. I find it very itchy, people. I don't know what it is. Some of the man them feel the same way. I know some of you will be saying this guy is tweaking, but some of you will be like, yeah, I've always thought of that. I do it for the man them that will be saying, yeah, I don't really like that either. But yeah, I'd say red nails, man. It puts me off, and the obvious as well, people. It's hard for me to trust people in general, much less, you know what, let me not get involved in these things and just stay with Deluded. So thank you very much for your question, DMN9. As you know, Q&As, we like to have a bit of fun and be a bit less serious as DG can be. I mean, you lot, one perception I don't get, I know you lot say I look like everybody, but one thing I don't get, people, you lot say I don't smile. Like, I'm smiling all the time. Like, I'm smiling, I'm a happy person. You lot think I'm mad grumpy, innit? You lot think, as much as I love football, you lot think I'm mad grumpy and just glued up watching the statistics all the time. Like, lighten up, I'm an average dude, man. I'm calm, icy free and that. But carrying on, Antonio Bankers asks, Q&A, should we sign Bobaka Camara? He only has 1 year left on his contract. I wouldn't mind him, my guy. Why not, by the same logic? The way you've put it is feasible. Why not go for it? Maybe not now, but maybe try and do that in January or put pressure in January. You're right, it could go and do it now, but maybe there's priorities elsewhere with the many targets you're seeing that Arsenal are targeting or allegedly close to signing, my dude, man. So, yeah, thank you for your questions, you two. Please allow me a quick little moment, people, because that was via my emails. YouTube's taking forever to load. Cool, it's doing it now. Q&A thing. Let's go. As you lot know, the community tab on YouTube, hit that up, ask the Q&A. I've seen that there's 30, you can't even see people, there's 31 comments there. We're going to get through all of them. Obviously, I try and do what I can, and obviously, some of these questions are silly, we're going to air it. But Alvin said, what happens next for Mavropanos? What do you think the next step should be? Personally, my guy, he needs to stay fully fit because it's sad, but it doesn't matter if it's him, Emil, even Amici, who's now left. A couple of our young players, Jeffrey and who's left. One theme you see is in Bielik as well. Injuries. I'm not saying it's something at the club, but it's a theme I find sadly with some of our young players. So I feel Mavropanos, first and foremost, my dude, he's got to stay fully fit, be available to train for Emre, be available to compete. Obviously, if you compete to a good standard, you get a look in. With getting a look in shows that you show consistency. With obviously showing consistency, you play more games. More games brings you closer to being a polished individual. He's got a lot of potential. He's barely played for Arsenal in the grand scheme of things, but he's had some good games. He's obviously had the red card and the mistake. It wasn't his fault directly, but he gave, apologies people, you all know he gave away the free kick that led to Benteke scoring against Crystal Palace. Now, he wasn't alone. He gave away the free kick, but the defending for that set piece was atrocious. So he's at that level where he needs to be fit, and he's going to have tough periods, he's going to have bad periods, but he probably needs to stay fit because it's sad, but other people are injured at this club in the same position, and if he was fit, he would be able to take advantage of it. Ironically, now he's not fully fit. He's still nursing a groin injury and things like that. Maybe he won't be fit for the first part of the... When I say part of the season, let's say first few weeks. I don't know his return date or whatever. He hasn't featured in pre-season. If he can get fit, then anything can happen. He needs to play games. Because really, we don't know his level. For 100%, we don't know his level. I can make an educated guess, and my educated guess is we can rely on him. He's had some good games, but there's going to come moments he does dumb stuff. Like, he had a decent game against Watford away. Was it Watford away? But by the same logic, he had a tough time. And he's still developing. No disrespect to the Greek league or where he's come from. But he's gone from playing in Greece to playing in the Premier League. It's a massive jump. Mentally more than anything. Always preach. Proactive, not reactive. That's what anyone needs to learn in life. Specifically football. And more so as a defender. Because prevention is better than cure. Making a last-ditch challenge or saving a shot off the line isn't better than cutting that out before it's already happened. Obviously, when you've been proactive and you've seen this sort of thing occur and you've put it out, nobody sees that, nobody praises you for that. Everybody praises the slide tackle and stuff like that, and don't get me wrong, I do it as well. We love that stuff. But in a lot of these phases, if you looked at the defensive phase, the team could have done better things. So Mavropanos, first and foremost, needs to stay fully fit, my guy, and then hopefully play some games. If not, probably go out on loan and play some games because he's been robbed of football and he hasn't had the opportunity at times because he's learning and that. He needs to play games. It's that simple. Love for your question. J1's asks, what would your starting lineup for the new season be? Obviously with Pepe and that, my guy, that's a good question. And I'd have to go to the drawing boards. You know me, I'm a 4-3-3 man by trade, people. I love that. I would love to play 4-4-2 at Arsenal. The problem for me would probably lie with who plays in the pivot. I don't necessarily feel the pivot options are more disciplined enough, my guy, to really go with that. I'd probably say a 4-3-3 of sorts. When I say 4-3-3, I really should have the tactics board. I've packed it away somewhere. But it's not exactly wingers and stuff like that. It's 4-3-3, interchanging movement. Sometime Aubameyang out there, Lacazette dropping, Pepe in and about. All of them sort of things. More inside forwards, that would be, you'd have three attackers, and more so you'd have the inside forwards rather than wingers. I'd still need them to go out there at times, but if you remember, if I had three inside players, I'd allow my fullbacks to do the whip thing. So just to name names, to humour you, I'm only going to deal with who's at the club, not going to talk about Turney and all of these things because they're not Arsenal players yet, if reports are to be true. So I'd say Leno, Socrates, Holding when fit, Bellerin when fit, obviously. Monreal's been I can't lie, Socrates and Monreal ain't been looking too promising it's only pre-season, but they ain't been looking too solid, really and truly, and they're two of the more consistent members of the defence. So I'll give Monreal the nod right now. I'll give Monreal the nod because he's a bit better defensively than Kolasinac. Monreal the nod, Bellerin, Holding and Socrates. If we sign a new centre half, then cool, but Holding and Socrates, Leno in goal. Midfield is where it gets a bit political. I'm going with Torreira. You know what? It's going to probably be Xhaka and Torreira, but I'm going with Torreira and I want to say Ceballos, you know, Torreira and Ceballos, but realistically, they haven't had enough time to work with each other. So I'm gonna say I would actually like it to be Torreira and Guendouzi, to be fair with you. Ceballos in that 10 or like a solid 3, if not a 10 sort of position. But Ceballos the sort of guy to get the ball and, know what I mean, my guy, get certain things going in that sense. And obviously Pepe, Aubameyang and Lacazette, however you want to fit them in. Like I said, interchanging movements, couple times. Some people occupy that side. Do you get it, people? I think they can all fit in equally. At times they wouldn't all be in there. I think it'd be easier to fit everybody into a 4-4-2 of sorts. But again, the issue for me lies with the pivot that doesn't really give me the confidence to shout out that one. We could also go 4-2-3-1. Like I said, not everybody needs to play, but that's a great question, and that's why we're here with this deluded stuff, to them sort of questions, my dude, man. Big up yourself. I hope you're well in that. Michael's asked, who would you like our next coach to be? Who do you think suits us? BC, I presume Emre is only here for a transitional period. I can't see us moving in a direction with his style/system. Thanks, DG. Big up, my guy, for your question, and I always see you in the comments. I get that with Emre to a degree, in that I want him to be here for a long time and I support him, and I'm not saying Emre out, none of that nonsense, people, so don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say. But you do get the feeling that because of the difficult period we found ourselves with, how the playing squad was and the uncertainty after having that manager in Wenger for so long, I do think to a degree, if he wins stuff, then yeah, cool, he'll stay. But I do think he's here, maybe transition up the thing, pattern up everything, make sure that there's a sort of platform, maybe in the next 2-3 years, Apologies, people. I believe he can go on to be a competent player. To be fair with you, I like his bravery in possession, just with his passion and his passion in general. I like the fact that he's a young player and he's taken to the Premier League. Like, people forgotten he's a 19-year-old. He's barely played. He's played more times for Arsenal than Lorient. It's testament. Of course, he does frustrating things, my guy. But I like him. I think he's decent in possession. I think he's got some fine tuning to do. I like his bravery. I like how he carries the ball. I like how he likes to find the pass. I like how he likes to retain possession. Defensively, I like how he tries. A lot of improvement. You've seen my videos on my Instagram page. A lot of improvement defensively he needs to do to become a midfielder that I believe he can. But I personally like him. The thing with football is we're all allowed opinions. I'm not belittling yours, and I hope you're not belittling mine, my guy, which you're not. But that's what I believe. Kane Black said, Emre said he wants another centre-half. Who do you think we should sign? Not a clue, my guy. Moving on. M's asked, DG, do you think the recent spike in our transfers is a sign that the board is going to back Emre going forward? Probably, my guy, they have to. I mean, he's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because the fans can see if he's not given the proper tools, then how can you really get at him? Really and truly, we knew coaching was a big part of this job, but it wouldn't be fair not to back him. Moving on. You've also asked, do I think, well, your question actually is since under 20s is such a graveyard, do you think we could benefit from having our youth side playing a lower competitive comp league in England? Of course, my guy. Playing against grown men, I always advocate this, people. Look at Medley last night against Anjay. He's probably learnt a lot more in them 45 minutes than he did in playing against opponents at 23's level. Because these are playing against grown men, street smart strikers and whatnot. It's putting theory to the side and going for the practical. Lomberg, great coach, and I'm sure he's taught him a lot. But Lomberg could have told him until he's blue in the face, you should turn this way for a centre when you're defending, because a striker might do rare, and this, that, and the other. But like you saw yesterday, Mendy might have always said to Lomberg, I'm not saying he didn't, but yeah, okay, I got that, and might not took it on board. But yesterday, his body positioning was all wrong, on top of Monreal, potentially Reece Nelson not following a runner as well. He instantly sees that, because he's like, boy, you know, this is in front of 30,000 fans, I'm seeing what I'm doing and whatnot, I could have done better. Instant learning. You've got to promote self-learning, because you can bring people to the water, my guy, but you can't help them drink, as you know. So thanks for your questions. It's G-Med, another guy forever in the comments. Is it true that we're backing for Zaha? I don't know, my guy. I hope so. Why not, man? Why not? We're gas right now as Arsenal fans. Why not keep up the gases and sign players that will gas us and keep up the morale? You've also asked me, in the 10 position, Ozil or Ceballos? Both. Ceballos behind Ozil, but if it came down to it, I believe Emre will use Ceballos more. It is what it is. Big baby farmers asked, it seems like Emre has already been assured another season at the club. You said he's trying to bring in players who could have a high resale value and building for the future. Oh wait, you actually have not. Sorry, my guy. Apologies for holding you up, but you actually have not asked me a question. Adrian's asked, yo DG, how you? Actually, I can't read. Yo DG, how you doing? Hope you're well. How many of the under 23s do you think are ready for first team football this season? I'd love to see Saka get chances. I'd love to see he's gone. John Jules get chances. I'd love to see Joe and Nelson get chances. Emil too, but Emil's going to go on loan. If you're asking me for two right now that I believe should be given some like 10 appearances in a row sort of thing, see their level, I'm saying Joe Willock and Nelson. I believe Tyrese John Jules should be in the squad, coming off the bench, cup games and things. I really like Tyrese John Jules, and I hope the club tie down his long-term future, man, because I like him. I'm not saying he's going to be the maddest striker in the world, but I like what he brings to the table as a player, and I think he could be in the squad of some stature one day, permanently. So, yeah, man, they'd be the ones. Bella's asked, will you ever do live streams if the equipment permits, man? Can I do it off a Mac? Really? If I can use the Mac camera, why not, my guy, man? Obviously, I've got the mic as well, so why not? I'll look into that. Or girl. You've got a display picture of a cat. No disrespect. I don't know where you are. But moving on. Shrirag? I can't say your name. SREEARAG. Sorry, people. I can't say your name. No disrespect intended, my guy. I just can't say it. How does Arsenal's midfield compare to the others in the top six? We have no chance talking to Cities. Liverpool's have been playing better than us, so them two out the window. Obviously, Pogba's Pogba, but we can chat to United still. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hopefully with Ceballos, with Torreira, we can talk, man. But I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes, man. But that's a good question. You put me on the spot, though. What else have we got? No problem. Just Bully has asked, who's your favorite rapper? Historically, 50 Cent. Are you talking UK, US? What? If you're asking me now, US and UK, I'd say Young Dolph, Young Scooter, America, Gucci Mane's Old Things, Migos, of course, Roddy Rich, about everyone really, everybody really making the mainstream bangers or just making bangers in general. UK, anyone from iCity, Nine, Scraps, Funds, J Styles, all of them. Obviously, listen to the heady ones, the RVs, the K-Traps, the Digga D's, the Young Tef, historically Young Tef, Blade Brown, without saying, Relly Ren, who else is there, man? There's bare guys. Make sure you check out Relly Ren. He's quite hard still, but who else? There's bare people, man. There's bare, like, just about anyone really. Yeah, just about anyone really. Anyone really. Yeah, man. Dig That. I said Dig That. What's that one? Yeah, Dig That. What am I talking about? Yeah, Dig That as well, man. Rimsey. Yeah, now Rimsey's back after a vacation away. If you know, you know he's back to take over this stuff. So just about anyone and everything, man. I listen to some Calvin Harris sometimes. What's that song? Who sings Lost Life, man? That I'm not gonna try to sing it, but that's an old song I like. Been banging out just about anything really. Vibes Cartel mainly. You gotta listen to Vibes and Popcorn and Tommy Lee, and you know if you know, you know, man. If you don't, type in on YouTube. Juniors, moving on. Thanks for your question. Juniors asked, what's your thoughts on having a proper DM like Thomas Partey? Why not? I'm all open for that in the squad. He could play with Torreira. He could be used instead of Torreira, but it is what it is. Jones has asked, yo DG, what do you do for a living? Them quick lunchtime videos got me moving mad. Curious for your employment details, fam. No drama if you want to keep that shit personal though, bro. Bro, I won't lie to you. I have to keep it personal because you know there's bad mind and red-eyed people out there, and especially social media will start moving mad. But I just work a normal office job like everyone else, man. Like, I'm at the bottom, really. Like, you know, but we trying, man. We trying. Like, what, 24, like you'd expect. At the bottom, man, trying to make it just normal office role, man. I just, like I said, lunch break, just step out, recording this central. Like, it is what it is, man. I just handle the admin details, you know how them things go. Just trying to make a living like everyone else, man. Of course, I'd love to be working in football and whatnot, my guy, but it's what it is, man. You have money you have to make. But moving on, Drippy's asked, do you think a midfield of Ceballos, Guendouzi and Torreira can handle the physicality of the Premier League? Yes, I do, my guy. They might not be the biggest, but yes, I do. And I actually would not mind that midfield three in some games because they all cover quite a lot of ground, and I don't feel our midfielders in this squad necessarily cover the ground needed to really kind of do this thing, really. And that's why I said at the beginning, I'm not really a fan of our 4-4-2. I hope Emery could try it and work it, but I feel the pivot would let us down, or the two midfield men in the pivot. D Solos asked, salute my Jenna, big up yourself, Chargy. Is Raul Sanye our best signing? He's on this thing fully. He's certainly pulling his weight. So you could say so, my guy, man. 14 Gulen said, Bielik is going for 10 mil. He's a young player, never really played for Arsenal. Why can't we sell Nene Mustafi or even Koscielny? Well, all three of them should be sold as well with him, my guy. I don't agree with Bielik going, but it is what it is, man. So, yeah. Daniel TV's asked, who out of Pepe, Aubameyang and Lacazette will get the golden boot? I'd say Aubameyang because he did it last season. Reece James has asked, it's not the Chelsea's Reece James, no disrespect. When you were younger and played Sunday league or school football, what position did you play? Well, once upon a time, I should tell you like my trophy cabinet. Once upon a time, a long time ago, when I had cane rails and even more of a baby face than now, back then, I was a striker, people. Top goal scorer. And now, listen, I'm so sure I scored 35 goals that season, maybe even 40. I'm up there with all them. I'm not going to say Messi, Lacazette, and not Lacazette. If I'm better than Lacazette, I scored 20 league goals. How you mean? Sign me, Emery. But on a serious note, as I gradually got older, I guess I wasn't as clinical as I thought I was, and I just made the move back until like I say in a lot of vids with this poor accent, right back. Just became a right back, my guy. Like, this is my position now. Like, even now when I'm in Power League, my friends make a meal of it. They always say, "What, DG, you gonna come dribble for a bit and then go back to right back?" And then they always go, "Here he goes." Like, I'm a right back. I'm so programmed to being a right back. People, at times, you know, when you're in the ball in the midfield and nothing's on, I go back to the keeper and I pull out wide. I'm programmed to be a fullback. People, I'd have loved to be playing for a young Grimsby or Gillingham or Saturn. Just a Saturn, man. I should have been a footballer because I don't know what I'm doing with my life right now. Sad, really, man. But hopefully we make it one day. But moving on, Igals asks, what manager in the top six is under the most pressure in the top six? What? What manager in the Premier League is under the most pressure in the top six and from outside the top six? No clue on outside the top six. I'd probably say Steve Bruce because it appears Newcastle fans didn't even want him in the job. And in regards to outside the top six, you said, I mean, inside the top six, who knows, man? I'd probably say, you could say Lampard, you could say Solskjaer, probably Emery. It's Emery's second season. When you get past the fact that Lampard is a former Chelsea boy, he needs to cut the mustard and do his thing. So he's got to show up in that regards. Solskjaer, there might be some section of United fans that doubt his credentials or what he's trying to do. So probably them three, really and truly. Aaron Zarks, result of our first game against Newcastle. Hopefully it's a 2-0 win to Arsenal. 2-0 win. Pepe goal, first goal. Aubameyang off the mark for the season. Hopefully 2-0. Hopefully. Apologies quickly, people, where I find the Twitter Q&As. I really should just have a link to it. And I tweet too damn much because I cannot find this thing. Wait, why don't I just type in? Sorry, people. I'm being silly right now, man. I'm tired being dumb. Q&A. There we go. 8 questions. Here we go. Oh, 10% back. We're really playing games. What's the main formation you think we should play this season? 3-5-2 with wing backs, 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. Oh, and then you've put 3-4-3. 3-4-3 again. It boils down to the pivots, people. The fullbacks have to support in that system, or the wingers if you go with wingers or fullbacks. But it goes down to the midfield pivot. So for me, if the pivot's right, you can do whatever. I don't mind 4-2-3-1 because in theory we have a more congested midfield and in theory we should have a bit more stability. I actually don't mind 3 at the back, 3-5-2. I wouldn't mind 4-4-2. By nature, I'm a 4-3-3 man. Like, my default settings is 4-3-3. So it's interesting, man. Big up yourself for that question, KB. Tavins asked, in your opinion, do you think we could see a good version of Ozil now that we have Pepe and Ceballos? We need to see Ozil back in his best form for Mesut Ozil. We're past the stage and just general of players saying that you need to sign this to bring him out, or needs this, or needs that. There was a time Ozil did need a striker, but right now he needs to play good for himself. Like, and that's not him. Every player needs to play good for themselves, sort of thing, my guy. So yeah, man. I see where you're getting at, but it is what it is. Here we go. Someone has asked. My guy Tristan has asked, is Dybala really all that, or is it FIFA amplifying his potential? I think Dybala's a baller, but I share what you mean in that he needs to really break out and be in the conversation with the Griezmanns, the Neymars, and them sort of man there, because I like him a lot. I swear he had a prolific season the season before this. Yeah, Dex asked, would you have sacrificed Pepe to bring in Tierney and a centre-back like Ops Meccano, Sarr, or one of them types? If you by my own logic, if you've been watching my videos, I probably would have said yes, because I would have said yes because I was saying centre half and left back priority, but at the end of the day, he's at the club. So if I would go back in, obviously if I go back in time, knowing what I know now, I'd probably change my mind. But at that time, I'm still screaming centre half and left back is fundamental. So I'd say no, my guy. I'd say yes to your question, I guess. So yeah. Jamie's asks, where ideally do you want to be in 10 or 15 years' time? Well, I want Deluded to be something real, man. Something like a decent platform for the real ones. And you see what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I? So I want that to be one. That's in short, that's where it should be, my guy. King's asks, I thought that said Installments FC's asks, One centre half to sign. Not a clue, man. Not a clue. Like, you just have to probably check my old vids. If we've got money, then I would actually like Canute of Leipzig. He's got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of development to do, but he's got a lot of potential, more importantly. So that would be it. I think that's it for the Q&As, people. I don't think I've missed anyone else out. We've been here for a minute. People, each and every time, thank you for the questions. We've been here for a very long time. I'm not going to do you lot any more disservice, so I'm going to get out of here. People, DG, thank you for rocking each and every time. I'm out.